Draymond. You missed some threes from the last series, and even this one, the first 3-point shots you put up, you missed them. What gave you the confidence to keep shooting? Because you finally got to sing the two, probably the two biggest threes of the game.
Well, I know how much time I put in on my shot. I put a ton of time in and, just trying to stay confident. When I got guys like Steph who, after I missed the first one, he's like, listen, you're going to get that shot all night. Take it with confidence. Coach Kerr's been telling me the last couple of days, like, your shot going to fall. Just keep taking it with confidence. And even Zaza came up to me before the game, like this whole pep talk about shooting the basketball. Like when you play with people like that, play for coaches like that, and they keep that confidence in you, it help you keep that confidence in yourself. And, the big moment helps. You like to be in that moment, so I think that helps a little bit as well.
Chris, standing on the left.
Chris Haynes, ESPN. Dre and Steph, I'm trying not get them both knocked out. Steph, can you elaborate on what happened down the stretch with you and LeBron? And Dre, could you follow with what led to the situation with Tristan Thompson?
Just words exchanged on a good block and keep it moving on my end, and it's gonna happen. It's gonna be chatter. We got very familiar with each other over the last now 4 years, so I guess it's kind of part of the game. But at the end of the day, it's a bunch of nothing.
Janie up front.
Excuse me, Dre.
Nothing.
Go ahead.
Steph, Janie McCauley from Associated Press. What was your take on some of the turns of events down the stretch, the charge that was then changed, and then JR dribbling back after the rebound there? It was a wild finish.
It was a crazy game. I think all game ones are just different in their own right because you're having to adjust to a certain style of play with a different team, but the way it went down the wire, we were scrambling on that last missed free throw, trying to get the rebound. Saw JR running back towards half court. Kind of didn't know what was going on at the time because we were all trying to find a man in case they tried to get a shot up. But thankfully, time ran out so we could have new life in overtime. But the finals, man, anything's liable to happen, and all that matters is you get a win and turn the page to game two and just enjoy the moment.
Chris, your follow-up.
My follow-up, Chris Haynes, ESPN. Draymond.
What's up, G?
Could you please elaborate on what happened with that, the verbal altercation, whatever you want to call it, with Tristan Thompson, please?
It wasn't really a verbal altercation. Wasn't much verbal. So, yeah, nothing. Really don't know what you want from me, champ. It is what it is. Life goes on. He got a flagrant 2 for the foul. We move forward, and get ready for the next game. It is what it is.
Go ahead. Next, Mark.
One for both of you. Draymond, Steve Kerr said that the win, in his opinion, because of the JR play, was lucky, in his words. He said it a couple of times. Do you agree with that assessment, that the win was lucky because of that?
Sometimes you need a little luck. It's good to be lucky sometimes. So I'll take it. I think, when he got the rebound, he probably could have laid it up. But nonetheless, that's a part of the game. Being locked in, and you gotta know the score. That's just kind of basketball. Like, you gotta know if you're winning or losing or tied. So, like I said, we'll take it, and sometimes it's good to be a little lucky. So, hey, Steve, cool. It is what it is.
And Steph, is there any doubt in your mind that J.R. Smith, when he got that rebound and did what he did, thought that his team was ahead in the game? And why? Why?
You have to ask him.
Well, the reason I ask you is because he was in there saying that I knew it was tied, and I was. So I'm just wondering, knowing it was tied, how would you now observe what you saw in that situation?
I don't know.
I guess that further goes along with my theory. I thought he was looking for LeBron. I would have looked for LeBron too. Yeah. I guess.
Next question towards the back.
Draymond, it's Jed Lu from the World Journal. LeBron James, right here. LeBron James played pretty good in the regular time, but he just got 2 points in overtime. What's key to the defense?
I think there was a lot of resistance, and not only some of the shots he really got it going there from three in that third quarter, but maybe the fourth quarter a little bit as well. But there was resistance that entire half, and so the easy buckets that he was getting in the first half, they weren't as easy in the second half, and that's over the course of time. You think you play good defense with resistance, you'll get a guy to miss some shots, and we're able to do that. At times throughout that third and fourth quarter and in overtime as well. So we got to come out, next game and have more resistance against him to start the game. But I think in that, that second half, we were much better defensively against him. He's, still going to make some shots. That's why he is who he is. But, some of them, if you play great defense, you can live with. You can't really live with the ones we gave up in the first half.
Marcus in the middle.
Steph, when the game is getting chippy and edgy and you've got Draymond on your side, he's hyped, like, what is that like to watch him in this, lather and doing his emotional dominance thing?
It's empowering. All the way around. Once again, glad he's on my team.
Appreciate that, man. It's a lot.
Next question in the back there, on the back right.
Yeah, what is your opinion of this whole unwritten rule at the end of the game? You're not allowed to shoot at certain times. What do y'all think of that?
If there's time on the clock and shot clock difference or whatever, just play it to the end. I won't think we would get in our feelings if somebody came down and finished out a possession, got a shot up. Obviously, if they're doing some taunting or doing some crazy stuff, that's a little different. But if you're just playing the game of basketball and finishing out a possession instead of taking a turnover, I don't see any problem with that at all. Guys are out there to finish a game and play the right way, so I think that's part of playing the right way.
Last two questions on the right side and over here on the left.
Anthony Sider with The Athletic. You guys have played with Clay for so long. He's a guy that basically never gets hurt. What's your thought process when he goes down with what looks like a potentially bad knee injury and he's in the locker room during that first quarter?
It's a bad feeling. I think for me, I threw him a deflected pass and put him in that position, so I was feeling a little type of way about it. But you're obviously worried and concerned when he goes to the locker room. Hopefully, he was okay and able to come back, and that's what happened. So, definitely caught a break there because it could have been worse. But hopefully he bounces back, before Sunday and gets pretty close to 100% and is able to play in the series for sure.
Last question on the left side.
Yeah, Draymond, Rick Tittle with 95-7 the game. When McGee had that nice spell and Cleveland called timeout and everybody was kind of running back, you stopped JaVale in the middle of the court and it looked like you were kind of giving him some instructions. Can you share with us what you were telling him?
I was just nitpicking at something that happened on the floor. I think, there's times where, we're all feeling good and everybody was feeling great. He came in and had given us a good few minutes and helped us take the lead. But nonetheless, I think there's still, when things need to be said, in the midst of everything that's going around, the crowd's going crazy, you still have to make those because that same play can happen again, and we need to be prepared for it. So I was just giving them a word of advice on a situation that had just happened to play before that, and also telling them great minutes, great job, and way to be ready.
Thank you.